We heard in part 1 how the swindlers tricked the emperor into believing they were making magical clothes. They said that the wise could see them and a fool could not. Everyone who had seen the clothes said that they could see them.
Wonderful, beautiful cloth.
They were afraid of being called a fool. Now the moment had come. The emperor would see the clothes with his own eyes. The emperor walked into the weaving room. The ministers were waiting. The swindlers stood smiling. The room was too quiet. Everyone held their breath. He stepped in front of his mirror, the same one he used every morning. But this time, there was nothing. No velvet, no gold, no shimmer. The emperor thought quietly to himself, "There's nothing." He was nervous. He looked around the room at the ministers, the tailors, the swindlers, and then again at the clothes. Am I a fool? Am I not clever enough to see it? If I say I see nothing, they'll all know. I'll be laughed at. I'll lose everything. He stood taller, lifted his chin, and smiled faintly. Why, it's magnificent! Absolutely magnificent! He looked at his ministers. They were smiling and admiring the empty air. They pointed. They nodded. They whispered to one another about the fine stitching, the royal shimmer, the elegant shape. But of course, there was nothing. Nothing there.
Shall we dress you, Your Majesty?
Yes, at once.
The swindlers went to the king and dressed him in the invisible clothes. They moved as if they were putting on shirts, pants, and robes. Everyone clapped and nodded. The emperor held his head up high and walked out for the grand parade. People were standing in the streets, excited to see the emperor's new outfit. But when he walked by, they were shocked. The emperor was wearing nothing. Still, they didn't say anything. They were too afraid to look foolish. So they clapped and smiled until, out of the cheering crowd, a small boy stepped forward. Everyone stopped and stared silently. The curious boy looked up at the emperor with big eyes. "Oh, but he's wearing nothing." The crowd went silent. One person laughed, then another, then another, then everyone. The emperor's face turned red. He now knew the truth, but he couldn't stop the parade. So he kept on walking, feeling more and more embarrassed. He walked on red-faced and silent, while the crowd laughed and laughed behind him. The emperor had learned a hard lesson. So, what about you? Have you ever stayed quiet just to fit in? Have you ever doubted something but clapped anyway? Do you ever follow the crowd because speaking up feels too hard? Remember, one brave and honest voice can change everything. Do you have that voice? Find the free PDF and quiz in the description and comments below. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe to join us here for more.